Hi, everybody. Well, coming to you about our excessive heat warning that has been issued already starting Thursday, and I'll get to that in a moment. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill giving you this hot weather update. Unfortunately, coming to you from the Portland, Vancouver area. Typically, although this week I'm on vacation and broadcasting from a condo in beautiful Sun Valley, Idaho. If you've never been, wow, so pretty here. Okay, let's get to what's going on. Extreme heat wave. Absolutely. This is Saturday. Now, I talked about this yesterday. Saturday still looks to be the pinnacle of the hottest weather in our Oregon up into Washington area. And if you look at Saturday, July 6th, these kind of brick tones where you see these 30-degree numbers, anything that's 30 or better, that's a temperature Celsius at 5,000 feet in the atmosphere. And that leads to ground temperatures that are a good 110 to 120 degrees on average. Very hot weather. This is absolutely a heat dome, meaning an intense upper level high pressure system is going to be sitting on top of the same area for several days. I saw online a post that Death Valley, California could be approaching 130 degrees in this heat dome heat wave. Now, we're on the northern end of this, the northern periphery. And if you look at Portland on Saturday, plus 24. So I will tell you that plus 24, if you squeezed every possible degree, you would need a favorable wind flow to do that. And you could see a temperature as hot as 108. I'm actually forecasting 105 on Saturday. But at least, I mean, coming off of the 116 a couple summers back, at least knowing that this could not in any way be hotter than 108 is some comfort. I know that sounds weird to say, but putting your mind at ease is what I'm trying to do, that this will not be a repeat of the 116-degree record heat that we had. All right, so extreme heat wave, Saturday, the hottest, absolutely. Here is the warning that's now come out from our friends at the National Weather Service. And everything this kind of pink magenta color, notice with me, this does not include the immediate coast. It does include just inland from the beaches, up and down I-5. This is the local Portland Weather Service warning area from Cowlitz County all the way down to Eugene, up into the Cascade foothills, in the gorge out into Hood River, and then excessive heat watches from the Dalles down into Central Oregon. I'll get to those specific forecasts in a moment. But the Weather Service to come out for an excessive heat warning that starts on noon this Thursday, July 4th, and extends until 11 p.m. Sunday. For them to come out with a warning a good 2 days in advance tells you that NWS is showing high confidence this is going to happen, and they have high confidence that this is going to be an intense, serious situation in terms of how hot it's going to be. Okay. A quick word from my sponsor, the Momentous Wealth Podcast. I hope some of you have done this. If you've listened, please give me a comment about what you thought. It's a whole library of different investing topics that you can educate yourself on, especially retirement investing. Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify. Please search the Momentous Wealth Podcast. Okay, let's get you into some of our animations, shall we? This is, so again, I just went through all the numbers. The European and the American GFS, for the most part, are locked into almost a degree of uniformity, meaning they're all saying the same thing, the models. American GFS model. This is tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday. So here's the hot air sitting down over Nevada and California, Arizona, New Mexico, those plus 30s. Here we are, plus 13. So the warmest, an 850 temp of plus 13 Celsius at 5,000 feet. The warmest that can do at ground level for Portland is 86. I'm forecasting, I think, 83 tomorrow. But you can see we're still in the little, call it cool, although it's 80s, kind of nudging inland. So July 4th still looks to be the day that we zoom up into the 90s. Here's the hottest weather, still down to our southwest, just coming up into South Central Oregon. But you get up into parts of the Willamette Valley, plus 21, plus 19, plus 20. So that is at least 88 to 92 degrees, at least. And I'm adding about 5 to that. So that would put us up in the low to mid 90s with this heat wave beginning on Thursday. Okay. And it now looks like Friday has at least a better than 50% chance of reaching 100 degrees in Portland. So plus 23 in Portland. This is what we do as forecasters. We look at other indices, but one of the big things we look at is what's the temperature at 5,000 feet Celsius is the reading we get, and then we mix that down to the surface. So plus 23 is at least 96 degrees. So the range would be 96 to 106. Ugh, okay. So that's Friday. Remember, Saturday's supposed to be the hottest. Look what's happening Saturday. This intense heat of maybe 110 degrees or hotter. Now all the way up into a good chunk of Eastern Oregon, coming up into Central Oregon. You've got plus 20s possible 100-degree temperatures all the way up through the Columbia Basin, all the way up into Spokane. You've got Portland at plus 24, which would be a guaranteed temperature of 98. Probably at least plus 5 is 103, and it could be warmer than that. Wow. And notice with me, this hot air extends off of the coast. So even with the light west wind flow, the coast could be looking at 90-degree temperatures. Okay, that's Saturday. I'm just going to take my time and show you, because I know you're wondering how hot is it going to be and how long is it going to be hot, right? Here's Sunday, plus 23. That's at least 96, a good chance of still being 100 degrees. The hot air is going to start slipping right in here, centered over Nevada, is going to start moving a little bit east as we go to the first part of next week. So here's Monday of next week. Now, I mean, plus 20 is at least 90 in Portland, and maybe well up into the 90s, but probably not 100, okay? But boy, that's a heat wave that starts Thursday. Now I'm telling you, the heat wave's going into Monday. Good grief. Here's Tuesday of next week, which is the 9th day of July, plus 18. That's potentially 90 degrees, at least 86, 88. Good grief. Here's Wednesday, July 10th, plus 17. That's at least 84. Could hit 90, but now we're starting to see a little bit of a more of a wedging or a window of cooler Pacific air trying to come in with the bullseye of this heat dome now over Utah and Nevada still. And what's intense heat for our neighbors out there. And let's go into Thursday. Here's Thursday, 16. That could be 90, but that would be on the high end. Let's play this into Friday, July 12th, plus 14. So get this. If you look at I'm not telling you it's going to be 90 all the way into Thursday of next week. What I'm telling you is, meteorologically speaking, it's a possibility. So this is plus 14. This is Friday, July 12th. This is the first day that meteorologically speaking, if this information were exactly correct, the first day would not be possible to hit 90. It would only be possible to be 87, 88. That's still warm. So wow, this heat wave is really going to last for quite some time. Okay, I want to show you, I don't show you this map a lot. So this doesn't have all the pretty colors of hot and cold, not that they're pretty this time around, but it does show you what the actual upper level maps are showing. So see this 597 number? This is the upper level high. We know we have hot weather. See, there's this hot ridge down to 594 high down here over the Gulf Coast into Texas. All of this is kind of swinging up into the desert Southwest at the same time that this strong upper level high out in the Pacific right now is going to move inland. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to just take this into Thursday afternoon. This is when the heat wave begins. Here's that big high now moving inland. This is the heat dome. This is the center of the heat dome in terms of upper level pressure. Okay. So I'm going to play this into the hottest day. This is Saturday. This is Saturday the 6th. 597 high, basically right over Reno, right over where my mouse is. That's Reno, Nevada. That's the center of it. But we're at on the northern periphery, but we're right on the axis of the heat, all the way up into British Columbia. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and play this into Monday of next week. Here's Monday, 594 high. It's weakened a little bit, dropped a little bit to our south and our east, but so maybe we're not in the hundreds, but we're certainly still in the 90s. And then I'm going to play this into Thursday of next week, which is Thursday, July 11th. Okay. Here's the upper level high over Utah centered. Now it looks like we do have some cooler flow pattern coming in on the backside of this high. So maybe Thursday of next week, we're certainly only in the 80s. Okay. I've got a couple of thoughts on all that, and I'll say that at the very end, but I want to get motoring through some of these maps. I know a lot of you are wanting specific information. This is surface winds, okay? This is tomorrow, light northwest surface wind. You see the arrows faintly coming in? So northwesterly flow. Let's go into Thursday afternoon. Okay. See, follow my mouth. This is more of a slight northwest flow along the coast, enough to keep them out of the excessive heat wave, but really more north. So absolutely, there could be 80s at the coast, in parts of the coast anyway, on Thursday. Now let's go to Saturday, the hottest day inland, right? Here's Saturday afternoon. Okay. Now, this does pick up in the afternoon, more of a northwesterly flow at the beach. Light wind speeds in the Willamette Valley, so not much of any moderating coolness. The winds are going to be so light, even if it's from the west, it's not going to have any cooling effect. But some cooling at the beach, it looks like. Let me back it up. Let's go back to Saturday morning. See, Saturday morning, okay, this is interesting. See, Saturday morning upcoming, see how the flow patterns from the northeast? So that's a clear sky start. That's a big time rapid warm up at the beach, maybe 80s at noon, maybe warmer. And then in the afternoon, a light northwesterly flow kicks in and should drop temperatures a little bit at the beach. Okay. So, well, that's what we're really looking at. Okay. Let's just run you through some temperatures. It's 90 down in Medford right now. Here's Medford's forecast. Independence Day, 105, 110 on Friday, 112 on Saturday, 108 Sunday. 100 degrees or better all the way through Tuesday of next week. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 100-degree days and showing at least. Good grief. Okay. What about Central Oregon, Ben? 90s on Independence Day, near 100 on Friday, 104 on Saturday, 102 on Sunday, 98 Monday, 98 Tuesday. Really hot weather, right? Really hot. Here's what Astoria is showing. This is going to be interesting. So Independence Day, 77, could be 80s there. Friday, absolutely 80s, we think. Could be warmer than what these numbers are showing. And then this does show significant cooling into the 70s on Sunday at the beach. We'll see if that comes true. What about North Bend? Is it showing the same thing? Mostly 70s and 60s. Again, 77 on Friday, could be 80 something, okay? All right, let's bounce up to Seattle. 81 Independence Day, near 90 on Saturday, 92 on Sunday, near 90 on Monday, a little bit cooler on Tuesday. Okay. Here's my 7-day, and let me give you my final thoughts, courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros. So Salem got up into the 80s today. Good afternoon to you folks. Portland's holding in the 70s, but tomorrow 83. Heat wave begins with the excessive heat warning Thursday afternoon, and I've got us at 95 degrees. I've got us 3 days of 100 degrees, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, the hottest at 105 with the hottest peak potentially of 108, but I'm projecting 105. No hotter than 108. 103 on Sunday. Could still be 100 degrees on Monday. So in my notes, I said at least 300-degree days. There they are, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But you can make the case that the 100-degree heat in Portland could go day 4, day 5. No longer than 5 days. Day 4 would be Monday. I've got us at 99. You can make the case Tuesday, but I've got us at 95. So 3 100-degree days, absolutely. Maybe it goes 5. Now 90s, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We think it's at least 6 90-degree days, and it could be 90 on Wednesday of next week. It could be a 90 on Thursday of next week. That'd be an 8-day run of 90 degrees or better, and then cooling down with a maximum temperature, probably no warmer than about 84 on that Friday of next week, okay? So get prepared, especially if you don't have air conditioning. This is going to be a long, brutal stretch. Overnight lows well up into the 60s, maybe even 70 in parts of the valley. I know I've gone really long, but if you listen to all of this, I hope you enjoyed me taking you through everything we as forecasters are looking at. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Thanks for subscribing. I'll talk to you soon.